Okay, so we've now got to question 2.1 where we're basically having to solve a lot of equations. And the technique I'm going to use for all these equations, which is in grade 7 basically is the go-to technique, is solving by inspection, or just another word for basically trial and error. So trying different values for the variable, and most of them, they should be fairly easy in terms of the arithmetic to actually solve. So the first one is 2a equals 10. Now that actually means 2 times something, which they've defined as a, equals to 10. Now that doesn't take too much thinking. 2 times 5 is 10, so that must mean that a is equal to 5. So that's inspection. And we're going to kind of use this technique for all these questions. But it's also really important that you basically are able to do reverse thinking in terms of your arithmetic. For example here, although I was thinking multiplication, 2 times 5 is 10, I've actually almost done, to get the answer, I've reversed it. So I've gone 10 divided by 2 is 5. So you're going to actually use this reverse approach quite a lot with the more tricky ones. Okay, the next one, we've got 5 minus 2b equals 1. This seems a little bit complicated, but if we actually just kind of isolate the minus, or 2b, I should rather isolate the 2b, but 5 minus what is 1? 5 minus 4 is 1, so that must mean that the 2b, I'll kind of highlight that 2b must be 4, because I have to get it to be 4, so I can almost think of this, if I'm simplifying it, that 2b equals to 4, and then again, it's relatively straightforward. Well, what times 2 gives me 4? 2 times 2, therefore b must be equal to 2. So we've solved that one. The next one, we've got a quarter of something equals 5. So a quarter y actually means quarter of, or a quarter times something, well, a quarter times y equals to 5. And once again, this one shouldn't, I almost see it visually. If I can see it if a quarter of something is 5, well, then the whole thing must be 20. So that must mean that y is equal to 20. And if you think about it, it's almost like saying a quarter of y is like saying y divided by 4 equals 5, and the reverse of divide is times. So 5 times 4 is 20. So that's how we would get y equals 20. Then the next one, something divided by 2 is equal to 15. That one I'm not even going to, inspection is pretty straightforward. There 30, half of 30 is 15, so that must mean that m is equal to 30. And then the next one, again, you can isolate just the 6 over c plus 4 equals 7. That must mean that 6 over c, what plus 4 is 7? 3. So 6 over c must be equal to 3. And then what divided by 6 will give me 3? And hopefully that's also fairly easy arithmetic. 6 divided by 2. So that must mean that c is equal to 2. And we're done.